One, the biggest problem in that area is not the construction, it's the zoning. You mentioned it. You went away for 2 weeks, you came back in 1983, they changed the zone from single family to R3. The R3 zone is the worst, we don't allow them anymore. In fact, in 2004, we amended the R3 zone as best we could to try to cut down on shotgun condominiums so you don't see your front door and people stacking things beyond that. Not all of those were built by all kinds of people that moved out of the area, wanted to take the property and maximize how many units they can get out of it. It's a horrible zone. If you want to get rid of the zone, which I'd happily support you doing, then you got to get a majority of neighbors to agree, file a petition, we'll support it.
The issue of deed restrictions is, if it's between private parties have to enforce them. And, you know, being an attorney, I did some research on that and found that. The city can only enforce the deed restrictions that it is party to. And zoning very often is very different from a deed restriction.
The next argument that happens, and we see it all the time, is, I know where your house is, right? So across the street, they're the R3. Somebody comes in and says, hey, listen, I want to now make this R3. You know, so you start creeping out and extending that zone because they're going to claim a hardship. They're going to say, well, they got to build 3 units. I'm selling. I'm retiring. I want to maximize my property, so I want to build 3 units. So in order to make sure that there's protection so you can stop the creeping of that zone, there's some steps that we can take and work with you to do that. You can't go back and knock down buildings that are already built.
There's Jeffery Court anymore as far as a road goes. There's only a driveway that leads to a triplex on the high point. There's a triplex here, single family here, this is a triplex. Okay? And then each one of these triplexes has its own driveway coming in off of Hospital Avenue. And because there's 60,000 tons of material that comes out of here, all this land elevation goes down almost 30 feet. So that as cars come around here, and we're not in control of this lot, but as they come around, the sight view will be coming down past each house as it comes down. It's way improved. What I represent in here is according to the state code, state fire marshal's office, notification loop. This is the site. This is what's called the Jeffery Court site.